The movie that has come out of nowhere and that is blowing people away in the theaters is Godzilla Minus One. Let's talk about it. So the big movie this weekend was supposed to be the Beyonce concert. Now I did go see The Shift as well, but the one that has blown everybody out of the water this weekend, no one expected it to be nearly as big as it is Godzilla Minus One. And I saw it, and let me tell you this. I have not been in a theater where anyone has clapped at the end since Avengers Endgame. Now, at the end of this movie, the people started clapping, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was incredible. And also, every theater I tried to get up until Saturday was packed, so I couldn't get in because it wasn't expected to do nearly as well, so it wasn't in the bigger theaters. So I think this movie is going to end up making a ton of money. And let me just tell you, I really love this movie. It wasn't just fun, but you had stakes in this movie. Now, the character development, you usually don't care about any of the characters in any of these monster movies, whether or not it's Godzilla or King Kong or any of those other ones that's in the Monsterverse. Speaking of which, the Monsterverse Godzilla times Kong movie trailer just came out, and that looks pretty awesome as well. You got King Kong and Godzilla going together on something. Now also, there's another Godzilla thing going out there right now on Apple Plus TV called Monarch. It's about the Monsterverse movies that's been there before with Kurt Russell and his son Wyatt Russell. But this movie, Godzilla Minus One, I think was the most fun and the most exciting I've been at a theater in forever. So the movie kind of starts off at World War II, a kamikaze pilot that just couldn't bring himself to do it. So he lands at this small island to get repaired, and you know what? That's when you first see Godzilla. And he's not nearly as big as as he is later on, but it's like he's growing a little bit, and he kind of destroys that whole island, and he just goes off. Now this test pilot, or kamikaze pilot, I'm sorry, this is our main focus. He's our main character besides Godzilla, and I usually don't like to see any of the people interactions because honestly no one cares in the monster movies. No one cared about any of the characters in the last couple Godzilla movies or the Godzilla vs. Kong movie. But this one, in particular, it did draw you in because you started to feel for the Japanese kamikaze pilot. And by the way, this is subtitled, so there's a lot of reading, but after a while you just kind of forget about the reading and you just kind of go with it. But it's worth watching at the theater. It's worth going out there to see it because it's going to be one of my top movies of the year, if not my favorite movie of the year. Godzilla shows how he can actually be terrifying by destroying the real destruction of downtown Tokyo or one of the other cities in the movie, and it shows that the people are just genuinely frightened. And this movie came in at under $15 million compared to the Marvels with a couple $100 million and all these other movies that Disney and Sony and Paramount put up for so much money. But this movie looked great. I mean, the effects were amazing. If you've seen the trailer, you should watch the trailer. I'm putting a little bit of it in here. This movie was just great and stunning to look at. Alright, so that's my take on Godzilla. Go watch it. You'll like it, just like you like me, wherever that little thing is, and subscribe to me, wherever that is. We'll talk more about movies, and we got some Fandom Wars episodes coming up too. Don't forget to watch. Come back and see us. We'll see you next time at the movies.